accurate. Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. It's going to be a bit different today since we are driving 5 hours to LA to go pick up a car. So sit back, relax, and enjoy watching me make financially irresponsible decisions. What's going on, everybody? I am driving back right now, and I thought I'd do a little car vlog for you guys, kind of explaining why I got this car, kind of the plans. Pretty much the plan is to make it a drift car eventually. Currently it's probably sitting at about 180 horsepower, so a little low to do drifting. I mean, I'm considering throwing some skinny tires on there and just going to the track anyway, and seeing how it does. It currently has a limited slip differential in there, so should be doable. But eventually I want to, slap the big turbo as usual and live up to the 2JZ name. So with these engines, you can pretty easily just throw a turbo on there, run like 10 psi of boost, get it tuned for like 300, 350 horsepower. So that's probably going to be stage one, just until I get used to drifting, since I've never really gone before. That'll be kind of the base starting level. So eventually after that, these engines are, in the Supra, so it should be pretty easy to bump up the horsepower to 500 to 600 with some built internals, but I think you can run about 400 horsepower with an upgraded head gasket with lower compression. So that's very easily possible to be stage 2. So there are some problems with the car right now. I noticed that it's kind of burning oil a little bit. The previous owner did swap a new engine into here, so I don't know how recent that was. It could just be kind of breaking in, but possibly I'll be doing gaskets soon. One of the other things that's kind of a problem is the gauge cluster lights aren't coming on, and the sunroof doesn't work. So that seems to be some electrical issue. The radio's also pretty bad, the stock one anyway. There's no Bluetooth or anything, so probably going to do a bunch of wiring stuff for this. So maybe a new head unit and kind of dig into the dash wires, maybe do some stuff with the gauge cluster. I know the gauge lights going out is a really common problem with these cars, so in case you guys need that, that'll be coming up soon. Probably just going to be tracing wires and seeing where it's shorting out. Well, we're about 50 miles out from being back home, and the car overheated. Made it like 200 miles, and then right before we got home, it decided to go out. So that's unfortunate. Currently waiting for it to cool down, turn the engine off and stuff, so just sitting on the side of the road, That's nice. But I don't know if I'm going to add more water into the radiator. It's probably what it needs, but it's just so hot, and it's currently like, hold on, let's see what it says. It is currently 108 degrees outside. So that's pretty fantastic. Well, why isn't this focusing? There we go. That's not great. I don't really want to sit outside, but I also don't want to run the car to keep the AC on and kill the battery. That would be even worse. Because I don't know if I have jumper cables. Pretty sure I don't. So I don't know if I want to wait long enough to fill up the radiator or not. I do have water with me, which is clutch. But I guess I'll update you. Well, I just saw this side, and there's coolant all over the floor. It looks like a pipe burst or something. I just took off the radiator cap, and well, for one, it's kind of gross looking in there, so probably need to do a coolant flush. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. That's pretty fucked up. It's a pretty fucking massive leak. That's a pretty sizable leak. I mean, there's no way I didn't absolutely destroy a line, so I don't know. I might have to fucking get it towed. This sucks. I guess I'm calling AAA. Well, I just called up AAA. They're gonna send a truck out here to get this thing towed. It's not really how I wanted the day to go, but shit happens, I guess. It makes for good content, so that's really what I got this car for. So since we're just sitting here, I thought I might as well do an overview of the car, take you around and see what's going on, you know, if it works eventually. I had a friend who had a water pump go out, and it was a pretty similar situation, so I'm either thinking it's a coolant line that got hosed, get it, hosed, but anyway, or it's the water pump failure. It kind of looked like it was leaking out of the backside of the engine, which is not a good sign. Hopefully it wasn't like a head gasket or something. That would suck. But then, you know, if it's a head gasket, then I'll just throw in a low compression gasket, and then we can make big boost later, so that'll work out. I've always wanted to tear down a 2JZ, so why not start now? But I guess I'll hop out of the car and we'll give a little tour of what's going on with this thing. So we have a 2005 Lexus Is 300, which is very clean, honestly. The bumper's a little messed up right here, which isn't terrible. The wheels are probably reps, but that's okay. I'm gonna drift it anyway. The paint is pretty clean. It's got a couple dings in the door. I don't know if you can see that. Tough to see. Just only two right here, which isn't too bad. And the rest of the paint looks pretty clean. It's got Altezza taillights, which is great. I love these. I was honestly never a fan of having these lights here, so I might do a delete on that, just because I think it'll look good. But the roof definitely has some sun fade, which isn't good, but I'm thinking I might buff it down and then, you know, do a black wrap. Kind of same with the lip. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's I don't know. This might just be dirty actually, but I know the wing's pretty sun faded, but I'm planning to swap out the wing anyway. I don't like this little lip. Probably gonna get something a little bigger. We got stock exhaust, so it's quiet as shit right now. And then what else we got? We got here actually. I might be able to see it in the front a little better. Yeah, you definitely can't see in there, but we got BC Coilovers, which is fantastic. That's what makes it ride so well. I've had a great time for the 4 hours that I drove this thing. Super comfortable. Never had BCs before, and I'm really glad. In terms of interior, we have pretty much stock everything. Nice little 5-speed right here. Jesus. This car also came with a second set of rims, which is freaking dope. I mean, these aren't quality and they're dinged up a little bit, but they look pretty cool. So drift spares acquired pretty easily, I would say. But other than that, it's a pretty good looking car. I've always wanted a 2J. Oh, here, I'll show you the fucking engine bay. There's the latch. So, got a nice 2J right here. Clearly doesn't work, but it was rebuilt recently. I'm not sure how recently. The guy did it himself and clearly didn't do a good job. But probably gonna have to upgrade the radiator, do a coolant bleed, make sure everything's looking good in there. But I'm excited. We have a lot of space right here for a turbo. So get rid of this air intake and we have all that space for a nice turbo setup, so that's fantastic. This car drives really well. It's just low on power, so boosting this thing's gonna be really nice. I think it's gonna have the perfect amount of power even at like 10 pounds of boost, and tune should make like 350, which is pretty nice. I mean, I talk about the rest on the little vlog over here where I accidentally ended the video, so psych. Turns out the day was not over. So other than that, I'm pretty excited to get this car working again. So I guess we're gonna be doing coolant stuff soon, which is nice. Probably get some Mishimoto radiator. Mishimoto, please sponsor me, because I want free radiators, and I have to buy 3 of them now. Well, it's been about an hour since I called AAA, and they still haven't sent anybody out here because it's Labor Day weekend, and there's no towing people who want to drive 50 miles out to come pick my ass up. So, still like 100 degrees out. I used the last of my water to put it in the radiator. In hindsight, not a great move. So quite thirsty. My phone is at 6%. So that's not great either. And this is looking to be like an unfortunate situation. However, a cop did just drive by, and he offered, I asked him if I could get a ride to the gas station, and he said he has to complete a call first. So currently waiting for him to come back. Send water. Well guys, I made it home. Big shout out to the truck driver who came and picked me up, Annie. My guy was a drug dealer. Just did 11 years in prison, so pretty cool meeting that guy. Very interesting stories he's got there. So looks like the Lexus is down for now. Hopefully it's just a coolant line, it's head gaskets, then it looks like we're just gonna send it and build the engine. But yeah, we made it. That was a long day. Alright, well, it's the next day. Decided to try to see if we could fix this up. I looked underneath the car and all seemed to be alright. I didn't see any hoses coming out. Water pump looked okay. Currently it's running. Everything seems to be fine. It's been running for like 5-10 minutes now, and temperatures seem to be alright. We still have perfectly cool. So I think I'm gonna risk it and try to take it out to get some lunch and see if it overheats. I'm a little nervous, but at least this time I could just wait and then throw some water in it and it'll be fine. So not gonna go too far. I just wanted to document this in case I get screwed, and it'll make good content. So here we go. I'm currently at a stoplight, just went to get some food, and it seems to be okay. Temperature gauge has not moved one bit. So it must have just been it was just 108 degrees outside after 5 hours of driving, and it decided to dump coolant everywhere. So I don't know, I guess probably gonna replace the coolant lines, the main ones to the radiator, just in case. The lower one seemed a little bit old. Probably gonna do a full coolant flush, and then we'll go from there. But right now everything seems to be okay. So probably could have just filled it up with water instead of getting a tow truck, but I just wanted to be safe. So yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. Things seem to be alright for now. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. Next video is going to be coolant flush and new hoses, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one.